Euge Valovirta.
And I'm Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. So, this video is about you. Many of you have asked, like, okay, what's the thing? What's the secret? What are the mods, or is there any mods? Are those modded? And those are my JCM800s from the 80s, the Bad Boy from 1984 with 6550 power tubes, and the Little Brother from 1985 with EL34s. Both are 82203s. I've had these since late 90s, early 2000. I don't really even remember when I bought these. I've used these on countless albums, tours and stuff. And Eric we're now in Finland, where I recently moved in my new studio, and Eric is here visiting me. And Eric, well, he's my friend. We get to know each other while I lived in Switzerland, and he's also a fantastic amp tech, guitar tech, and guitar player. And you have, refurbished, maintained these amps several times because they ran kind of hot. And just before I moved, me and my wife, we moved back to Finland. Eric basically went through all of my amps and did the needed refurbishments and whatever. And especially these two, you made them like more quieter, like noise level wise, not volume wise, but like it's like they're not so hissy and stuff, so you can actually, it's amazing. Like, I mean, I have SD1 on and the Zoom noise gate, but still there's no squeaks and anything, so it's awesome. And so Eric is going to reveal what's inside of these amps, also to me, but also mainly to you, because you've been probably more interested in it, what's in there, than me, because I'm just happy because they sound and feel amazing. But so yeah, I think I have yapped enough. But if we start with the Bad Boy, so Eric, if you can tell a little bit about the amp, because I know that it has more gain, more volume, more everything than your usual 800. That's how it's always has been. So that's what I know. But
Hell yeah. So the first time I saw this amp, I already noticed it had the 6550s, like you just said. And also I noticed that power transformer, it was actually changed. So it's not the stock Marshall one that was initially in the amp. So I suppose it blew up at some point.
Yeah.
So you had to get that
fixed. I can get that. So the amp originally had EL34s and the original power transformer when I bought it. At some point the power transformer blew. I had it changed, and then at some point, just out of curiosity, I had it modded that it works with 6550 here in Finland, like years ago. I don't even remember, but originally it had EL34s, but for the longest time it has had the 6550s and the power transformer, which
because I mean, you cannot just stick the 6550s there. You need to have some modifications done to the circuit so that it actually runs reliably, and that has already been done. However, as like a consequence of changing the power transformer and using the 6550s, there has been like some side effects in terms of the voltage change. So it's actually a bit of a lower plate voltage than your average JCM800 in that sense. And also the arrangement of the diodes with the power transformer, it's a bit different.
Okay.
So that's why it ran so hot initially.
Yeah, because it was really hot.
It was like you could boil eggs on the front plate. Like, I'm not kidding, you would burn yourself pretty much.
Yeah, because it was like basically once a year I needed to have it retubed or fixed.
It just ran so hot.
Yeah, because you fixed it many times, and then a couple of months before we moved back here, because I knew that we're gonna move, I asked her, hey, can you, because I mean there's many amp techs. Eric is my Eric knows the stuff and knows exactly what I want, what I like to feel and hear. So I asked Eric, can you do something to these? Because I can't just come with these amps to Switzerland every once in a while. So I want them to run
road proof.
Yeah, like that they are road
reliable.
proof, but not without changing the character and the
DNA of
the amp. So then you did something, and now, but yeah, continue please.
Yeah, it's like then I did some refurbishment, as you said,
Yeah.
changing power tubes and all of that stuff, rebiasing the amp properly.
Yeah.
Because you always have to take into consideration the mains wall voltage, which is different everywhere. So even if you move here, it's different again. So it will shift a bit.
Yeah.
So that changes the internal voltages again. You have to take that into consideration. And then finally, some of the changes. I mean, it's, as you've seen, I mean, there has been a lot of videos on this one. With the part is with the filter caps, that there's like a hole in the back.
Yeah.
So many people wonder what's actually going on. And the funny thing is there is 2 filter caps that replace this one filter cap, but it's internally in the amp and it's mounted on the circuit board directly. So it still has all of those filter caps.
Okay, yeah.
In that sense.
Because I think I have incorrectly said that it has less filter caps, because I just assumed that okay, it's
There's
missing.
a hole.
But like
right.
Eric just said that there's actually, you know, I guess it's the usual amount.
Not quite. The filtering,
Okay.
it's a little bit lower. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the tech back then, he used what he had on hand.
Okay.
And I checked those caps; they were still fine, so I left them in there.
Okay.
To touch them.
Okay. Yeah. So they are like small caps in the
Yes.
circuit board.
Exactly.
I think you showed them me once. That these are the caps. So the hole is just, and you actually covered the hole.
Oh right, yeah,
Yes.
I did. Yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember
Because
now.
you know it was, you would get dirt.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
don't want a tech sticking there
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
It will end badly.
Yeah. What's this?
No.
Yeah. And then you, Eric, also fixed the. I'll check pictures, or it might have, because the back.
Oh yeah,
of
the back panel, it used to be so floppy.
Yeah, it was like.
this like metal plate.
Yeah, it was just like.
You could cut your finger. And
Yeah. So Eric did like a proper, and then you did something. Well, you can tell me more, because there was something.
Yeah, about the refurbishments. First of all, on the front end, just to make it quieter, I shielded the inputs and some cable runs, which are very noise sensitive, just to get the noise floor down.
Let's actually take the. So now there's no gate. It's. Now you get it's really close, but
couple with the transformers.
But and now when I engage the SD1, well, there's a usual SD1 hiss, and then when I engage the gate, which is after the SD, so I don't use it really as a gate. It's just more like a noise suppressor, because it's barely on. It's just you get rid of that hiss. So then it's dead quiet. But before Eric did whatever he did, I mean I couldn't even be kind of this close, and then it would start to like, okay, yeah. So I needed to always find a place where I can be, especially when filming videos. But now it doesn't really, because I mean I don't play it like this, because otherwise it's like this. So that was like huge, and it's just like. It's
not even warm right now.
Yeah.
It has been running for I think almost.
Yeah, so it's really. I mean, it's not cold, but it's like you can feel that it's on it, but it's not like, you know,
cooking eggs.
Cooking eggs on that. Yeah, so that was. Yeah.
Yeah, and that helps also just to give more space for all the frequencies that you actually want to go through.
Yeah, because I guess it was so noisy that part of the sound was actually
the signal a bit.
It was, and now I think it sounds better, even articulate, and that's one of the reasons, because I've done a few videos like amps in my new studio, and some of you have asked that. Because I'm gonna capture these to my hard hitters capture pack. That why am I doing? Because I already have them. Well, all of these amps been refurbished, And the new neural captures, Kemper, num captures, they're better, even better than the first versions. They're more accurate. And now I think these amps, all of my amps, they sound a bit better and clearer, because you especially with these two, because there's not the noise isn't masking anything which was in there. I mean, it was part of the sound. The noise was there for 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that's how these things work, because you have to remember it's the horizontal input version. So there's basically a PCB, a single big PCB, in which the jacks and the pots as well, they are mounted directly to the board. So there's no wires going around. And
so is it different from the vertical?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in that sense, because with the vertical, you have the PCB, it's secured to the chassis, but not directly to the pots. It's coupled with wires to the pots.
Okay. So that's that difference, because I didn't actually know. I just knew that they sound a little bit different, but they.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it makes some difference already, because you have different capacitances going on, less cable runs, and so on. And even this one, it's actually more service friendly, because you can just flip the board. You don't have to undo all the pots.
Okay.
I mean, you have to undo all the pots, but it's still simpler to flip it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually an advantage. But the thing is, this was like early days of PCB design. So the choice of the traces, which are basically the wires on the board that they designed, it's not laid out in a very good way. So it adds to that kind of noise floor that you have with the amp.
Okay. Cool. So that's I'm pretty sure many of you actually understands what Eric says.
That's some technical jargon. I
but
to keep it simple.
Yeah, but it's cool because now we basically learned what's going on with these these amps, and so yes, choir, and then so what's the thing with because the master used to be completely on and off. Now it's still like it's manageable, because you fix that there's actually leverage, but it's still like now it's like 1.5, and it's louder than my SLO on half or as loud, so it's still like whoa, but it's not so that. And then because the preamp gain is 7, and it's kind of like what your average 800's on 10, so there's apparently something going on, and so could you...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's two reasons really. The first one, it's the preamp, the first stage. I mean, it's the first tube, it has 2 stages in it, and then the first stage, it's normal, and the second one, it's a little bit hotter, so it pushes more signal, which will in turn make the pot more reactive, in conjunction with the big bright cap, because this one, it has the stock ceramic bright cap, which just leaves through huge amount of signals, so it will turn on very quickly because the value is so large.
Yeah.
That's a big part. And also what I forgot to tell you guys, it's that actually the power transformer, it has been changed, but the output transformer, it's still original.
Okay.
I have to keep that in mind. So I think when Marshall did those amps, when they shipped it to the US, they put the 6550s.
Yeah.
But transformers, they were kept the same.
Okay.
The output transformers, from what I'm aware.
Okay. And then so does that bright cap thing explains the gain and because there's more everything?
Partly. I mean, as I said, on the second gain stage, there's a bit of a tweak. I think it's a combination from a previous tech that tried to tame some of the noise.
Okay.
And also change the gain slightly, which pushes more signal through the stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's part of the aggressiveness that you get.
Yeah. So there's not a gain mod per se.
No.
Yeah.
It's just the values have been altered a little bit.
Okay. So
for this sound.
There you go, because this is the no SD1, so this is the gain on 7. This is the gain on 10. just farts out. This is like the Boograin's Bad Boy plugin. They really captured. This is. You can just feel that everything goes through, and this is unusable, at least to me. This is just.
That's what happened. Push a stage too hard.
Okay.
You get this ugly kind of distortion.
Yeah. My sweet spot is kind of there with zzz, where you start to hear.
It opens up.
Yeah, it opens up. Then you have this, and now it's a little bit bloated because I have dialed the amp with the SD1, and then when we add the SD1. It tightens the amp, adds a nice kind of upper mid bite, like the 800 doesn't have enough upper mid bite, but I've dialed the amp with the SD1. So right now the settings is the presence 4, bass 9, mids 4.5, treble 6, the master is like 1.5 or something, but that's, like I said, it's louder than the alone file, or equally as loud, so that's not really, don't look at the numbers. The preamp is 7, and the cabinet we are using is Marshall JCM800 cabinet, where I have the original T75s and 65s, the G1265s, and right now one of the 65s is mic'd with the SM57 and Royer 121, so I feel like that 800 cabinet with the 65s or with the 75s, they work really well with the 800s, because if I've understood correct, the 800 was designed or voiced kind of with the 65s, which are kind of like higher powered greenbacks but smoother, so it kind of tames down a little bit of the 800 upper mid, because if I use greenbacks with this, I usually, you know, need to be a little bit more careful with the treble, and it's gonna be 2, so but I just usually dial a little bit the treble back, so it kind of evens it out. But was there anything else?
No, I mean the amp, it's still pretty much stock. I mean it's very slight adjustments in that sense. Mostly it was done, I think, to cut down on those oscillations that you get if you have like such a pedal in the front, just because the circuit board, it's laid out kind of poorly, which will induce those problems.
Okay, now there we go. Then the little brother, which if I've understood correct is quite similar, and it's
quite similar, but even more stock.
Oh, you're okay. So let's do a comparison. So this is the bad boy. Then I switch into the little brother. The SD1 is still on. The settings are completely different. It sounds quite the same now because I wanted to hear that you can actually. So these are the presets for the bass is like 7. The little brother has a lot of low end. The mids are 7. The treble is 5. The master is, I think it's like 2. The preamp gain is 7. So the little brother has a little bit more low end, less kind of mids, because I usually I dial more mids where I hear the sweet spot is done on the bad boy. But yeah, so they are without the SD1. The same thing happens with the preamp. If I crank it, it just becomes this ugly, like, no. There where it and it's 7. And then the SD on. Alright, so what's going on with this one? Because this is also, man, it doesn't oscillate at all.
Yeah, I mean this one, it's even a bit less sensitive, because you have to remember it's using the EL34, so automatically it draws less current and generates like less magnetic fields to pick up those kind of noises and so on, be less sensitive. And with this one, it's interesting because on the outside you can see it looks really stock. The transformers, it's all stock.
Yeah.
Internally, it has the same little oscillation tweak, noise tweak, and a little bit of extra hotness from the second stage. And then it has the shielding treatment that I did.
Yeah, yeah.
As well. And that is about it.
Was there the bright cap mod?
Oh, the bright cap, you're right. It has been removed on this one.
But that doesn't
Since
really...
forever.
Yeah, because that's, I think that's, I haven't removed that, and I didn't even know until you said, but I haven't noticed because I have it, because it's really effective with less gain, so you don't really hear, like when I have the gain at 7, which, like you heard, it's quite a lot, so it only becomes effective when there's a lot less gain, but I don't, my less gain is neck pickup and roll down the volume back, like this. That's my less gain. I don't need 2 channels, or I don't need to touch the, it's the play a little bit softer. Have it. There's all the channels in the world, not just 1 and 2, but in like many channels. Yeah. So and that's pretty much, that's even more stock like this.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Is there anything else except that they sound awesome?
Well, yeah, they do. Actually, also to mention, this is like for anyone looking for killer vintage Marshalls. You have to try them out, because every of these Marshalls that you find sounds a little bit different. It has to do with, there's so many components in this that have certain tolerance, which are all over the place, and that in combination, it actually changes the sound a lot.
Yeah.
And as well, how the transformers are wound, there's tolerances there too.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess it's a common knowledge then the old Marshalls, you know, if you find a good one, but then there's also a lot, and I've played with tens, probably hundreds of 800s and old Marshalls in general, especially when I was in Shining, because we used Reynolds backline, and they're definitely not the same. So I got many comments like, hey, watch the theme, my 800 doesn't sound like yours. Well, they all sound different in my experience. So they all are different. Luckily, I have owned probably 10 different 800s. These were one of the first ones I ever bought, and I found it 2 really good ones. So if you find really good one, you know, go get some, you know,
hold on to them and invest in them. It's like an old car, might need some service, but it will run for a long time, and it will be able to be repaired forever, because these parts, basically the most important ones, they're still being made today, so you can get it fixed. Yeah. And if you have a 800 or Plexi, because Eric has modded my Jose Plexi, which is amazing also. So Eric is based in Switzerland, but you have modded and fixed amps from outside Switzerland. So Eric's email is in the description below. So send him an email to ask, you know, the pricings, whatever, and if you live somewhere else than Switzerland, what is the best way to get your amp to Eric and you know, get it fixed, because you won't regret it. Because I mean, yeah, like best JCM800s I've ever played, period. Thanks for watching. Eric's email in the description below, and hopefully this answered your questions about these amps, because finally you hear it
from a guy who actually knows something about knows a lot about amps and has worked with my amps many times. So yeah, thanks Eric for
You're welcome.
stopping by to Finland, and I think that was it. And I think we will jam a little bit 80s style rock and roll right now. All right, see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.